All right, so I'm gonna start working on the handle, and the first step is going to be to choose the wood for the handle. And this is all mesquite, so I'm gonna choose this guy. So I'm gonna start working on it. All right. All right, so next up, I'm going to cut the ends on both sides, and then I'm gonna look at the grain and stuff, see how it looks. There is a split there, but that could go away after I cut a portion of it. So yeah, I'll do that first, and then I'm going to choose a section, and then I'm going to cut it in half, and I'll show you that afterwards. Oh, I'm just going to use my little mini bandsaw to do all that. All right, so here's the two pieces. So now I just got to sand one side, and then flatten the top so I can glue them on. All right, so here it is. And I decided to keep this watermark on here because it's not any softer than the rest of the wood. It's just as hard. So just as hard as the rest of the wood. So I want to see if I can incorporate this. This is the reason I want to keep it into the handles itself. I don't think I might not actually grind deep enough to actually get it. But there's little spaces, little areas where it is coming up. I want to see if I can actually get it out. If that's possible. So yeah, so here it is. Now I just have to draw the shape of the handle. I have to choose an area, draw the shape of the handle, and then cut out that shape just to get it smaller. Okay. All right, so next up is I gotta flatten this, and I'm just gonna do it on the sandpaper with this steel base. And I'll just do an 8 shape as best I can with the size of this, and then yeah, I'll move on to the next step. All right, so now I gotta choose what area I want of the wood, and usually try to pick the nicest part for the side that's facing the person, just because we're gonna be looking at it all the time. So if you're right-handed, actually. So what I'm gonna do is I put a little dot here, and I'm gonna put this hole, the 1/4-inch hole here, where that dot is, right in the center. And the idea is I'll hopefully get this this outline around the 1/4-inch pin. So here you can see, here's that same little knot or whatever, and it's moved up quite a bit, but this area is going to be the thickest part of the handle. It's going to be flared out quite a bit, so hopefully it'll stay relatively close. This side doesn't have anything particular that I can use other than this hourglass shape, and I'm just going to try to keep all this hourglass shape in the center, and that'll be on the outside. All right, so here it is at 400. It's kind of a glimpse into what's to come, because this looks super white, but once I actually sand this down, it's going to get to a darker brown. This, I did not burn this. That black right there, if I can get it to focus, there you go. That's actually the stain that was on the inside. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that into this whole thing. I doubt I'll dig in enough on this side to show it a lot, but whatever, we'll see what happens. I don't really know until I actually do it. Okay, so next up I have to glue this onto the knife itself, and I gotta leave it for 24 hours. All right, so let's do that. All right, so I got everything scratched. Now I just have to clean everything and then just glue it. So next I'll just show it to you when it's all glued and clamped. All right, so here it is all pressed. And it's gonna take 24 hours for it to cure, but I'm gonna have to wait until I have like at least half a day to work on this, so I'm not like pressured with time, so I can shape it and just relax while I'm doing it. So yeah, you'll see me then. All right, so here it is already glued. I just gotta shape it. All right, so here it is profiled. So now I gotta shape it. So what I'm gonna do is you have to think of what the knife is for. So this is a very light knife. It's gonna be like crazy slicey just because of how thin it is and stuff. So I don't want like a big handle. I just want it to be just minimal. I do want like the Cocoa bottle shape kind of thing going. Do want this like big dip here. I'm thinking of stretching out this here, this neck. Stretching it out like this. That would give you more of a 2-finger hold here instead of just 1 finger if I do that. And then coming to like a very, very like robust bulb here, bulbous. And then a big dip. This is just me thinking. I mean, this is not going to be probably like the end result. And then this will probably be like from here. Pretty wide here. And just a big dip right here. So once I decide what I want, it'll probably be more pronounced here than over there. Once I decide what I want, I'll do this in Sharpie. It's gonna get rounded out, so it doesn't really matter. Long, 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 long. So yeah. Alright, so we'll do that next. I'm gonna draw a little bit more, figure this out. Alright, so here it is. Kind of profiled. It's a little bit crooked here. So I gotta go through it. I'm gonna probably dip this a little bit more, round this out. I'm probably gonna make this smaller. I'm thinking of probably just making all of this smaller. So next up, I'm gonna use this thing to just start rounding out the edges and everything, giving it better shape. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so here it is. So I'm gonna start blending like the areas I want to blend. I already started a little bit here using the Dremel I have. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch from the Dremel back to that file, electric file. And this is a little bit out of whack, I think. And I'm probably gonna do a bigger dip here, just in here on both sides. We'll see. So yeah, I have to feel it, and then grind it, feel it, grind it. So yeah, so next up is just getting it down to something a little bit less edgy, a little smooth it out, and then feel it, and then do drastic things with the file again if I need to. All right, so here it is. This might be too thick, but I don't know. I like it. Feels good. I like this snap cuts. Feels good for that. Now what I gotta do is start sanding it. So I'm gonna sand it down. There is one major problem. I don't know how big it is, but that I started grinding down. That is a crack. It doesn't go all the way, but it's still a crack. And this is glued, so I don't know. I have no idea. Hands all jacked up. Whatever. I'm gonna sand it and see what happens. We'll figure things out as we go along. All right. So yeah, I have to do. I can start with 240 grit, and I'll go all the way to 400 and see how that looks. All right. So before I go any further, I have to figure this out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a pin right here, and that should work. So the crack isn't all the way through, but it's close. So I'm gonna drill a hole here. It's gonna be kind of a pain because I have to like set up my drill press so that I can actually drill a straight hole. And I have to watch out for tear out. So I have to do it super slow without burning burning the wood. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But keep looking at this, and it has to be done. Basically, there's no way. I just can't leave it like that. Okie dokie. All right, so I did this little rig. That's where the hole's gonna go. I'm gonna have to use a carbide tip because that's the only thing that's gonna go through this hard metal. All right, so wish me luck. All right, so a bit of bad news. I don't like this at all. So I'm just gonna break this up, which sucks because I had it just like I wanted it basically.